So we haven't done a Will It Cut in a long time, and we've had this one on the docket for quite a while, and we're finally getting around to it. And it's really cool. So we interviewed Connor Toor of Toor Knives, the founder of Toor Knives and owner. And it was a great interview. If you want to take a look at that interview and you haven't seen it yet, all you got to do is click right there. I think that's where Isaac's going to put it. I'm not editing this video, so maybe he puts it there. Maybe he puts it there. Maybe he puts it there. I don't know. But go take a look at that video. It's really cool. It's very interesting, very informative, and it's a nice behind-the-scenes look at the operation that Toor goes through and the extent that they go through. They do a really good job of making really good quality knives very efficiently as well. And also some kind of history about their company and how they got started too. So it's really interesting. Definitely check that out. But they sent us a Field 2.0 survival knife to test right here. Now we're going to put this sucker through the ringer, all right? And we're going to see what exactly this thing will cut. Let's take a look at that one up close first and foremost. And we'll go over the specs of it right here, right now. Now, this is the Field 2.0 Survival with the orange paracord fixed blade. Features a 4.5-inch CPM 154 stainless steel drop point blade with the stonewash finish and a blade thickness of 0.18 inches. That is super, super thick. Has the orange paracord wrapped handles, skeletonized tang. It is 7.5 inches of extra paracord at the end also. So that can come in really handy in a survival situation. That's what makes these types of knives very handy to have for like a bug out bag or something like that. It's 8.75 inches overall and weighs in at only 4 ounces and is made right here in the USA by Toor Knives. And this thing is really cool, and we are really excited to test this thing out. Before we get started though, if you like this video, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you will know when we drop new videos. Now, let's light this Toor up. Level 1. Paper. Trying to imagine the music in my head. That's how you put on gloves. So, we cut through paper, as expected. It's paper. That's how it works. Now we're going to do this rubber mat and some linoleum. Check it out. Holding it up, it sliced through that mat pretty easily. That was no problem at all. Which we didn't think it would be. That's a substantial blade, and it's very sharp, as it should be. So let's keep rocking and rolling. Next up, we're gonna do the Nautical Rope. No trouble whatsoever dispatching of the nautical. So now we're going to do some heavy-duty toe strap. Heavy-duty toe strap. Now, heavy-duty toe strap. Ready? It cut through the toe strap very cleanly. That was a very nice clean cut. Are you ready for garden hose? We are. Since it is Halloween, and maybe this is a horror movie, maybe we want to be the knife mafia. Maybe we're going to cut off one finger at a time. Let's see how she does. Coming at me all wrong. I'll take all your fingers. You're gonna have a hard time grabbing stuff. Now it is time for the PVC. The pivot. Next up, we're gonna do bamboo. Bamboo can be tricky. You gotta know how to treat bamboo, because it can be difficult. First, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a piece of pine wood right here. This is a pine wood stake, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna feather stick. Then we're going to chop all the way through it, and then we are probably with the help of our mallet. And then we're also going to baton with it. So, here we go. Made it through the wood with ease. Now we're going to baton with it. That was obviously with the grain of the wood, so it was assisted by the grain, if you will. Next up, I want us to first, before we continue on, I want us to take a look at this blade edge and see that there's not any nicks or anything like that been taken out of it. So it's in really good shape right now. Next up, we're going to do copper pipe. Yes, we're going to hammer this knife through this copper pipe. Let's get it, dude. Cut through the copper tubing. Still doesn't have any nicks in the blade that I can feel or see. So let's keep on a trucking and move on to the metal cable. Now, as far as the metal cable, the steel cable goes, these are going to get progressively more and more difficult. And this is where I see this knife maybe not being able to get through it. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, we do have a mallet that we can hammer through with, but this is where it gets really tough if that blade edge gets worn or if it gets chipped or anything like that. So it's not able to get through anything. It'll probably be this. I see you, Toor. That was pretty impressive. You have to admit, that was pretty impressive. This is a good time to note that all knives are not created necessarily for the same tasks. And certain knives are going to excel at certain things and be better for certain things. So let's see how she does. Now we're going to move up from the 40-pound cable to the 75-pound cable and see how it does that. One whack, and it's still trucking just like me. This is going really good so far. That was. It's actually rated higher than that, but yeah. So this is the really heavy duty steel cable, and this is the one, as you can see, has proved to be the booger for a lot of these knives in this Will It Cut test. This is the one that is the most difficult by far. It is the most densely packed cable that we've got in our Will It Cut test, and as a result it ends up really chipping a lot of blades that we put through this test, and you can see evidence of that right here. Like what it ends up doing is the surface that you put it on, and we can't put it on much harder of a surface because that's going to defeat the purpose. We've got to put it on something like a cutting board, but what it ends up doing is just driving the cable as well as itself into the cutting board, and then something has to give, and the blade steel usually is what ends up giving at some point. So let's give this a shot, see how she does. Without a doubt, the cleanest cut we've had through that heavy-duty cable yet. I mean, you can look at it right there and see it. Like that's insane. So that's really nice. I mean, I'm really impressed with this thing. And let's take a look at that up close now and see. Like, there's only a couple of small nicks, but it's very minor. Not nearly as much as we've had on some of the others. Next, we've got sheet metal. Let's do it. That's pretty outrageous right there. I mean, that's insane. Like, it just sliced through that sheet metal. I didn't have to, like, usually most of them will cut through the sheet metal as long as you have a leverage point to peel it back, kind of like a tin can or something like that. But this it would actually like cut the metal. So that's pretty impressive. One more final challenge. the brick. So we haven't really scarred up this blade much at all, and that's pretty impressive. I mean, we might be able to get through this Will It Cut and put it back on the shelf. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. We're absolutely not going to do that. But this is not scarred up as bad as I thought it would be. Still got a decent edge on it. Let's see if we can hammer it through this brick and see what it looks like afterwards. I would say, now I'd have to go back and look at the original footage that we edited from the others, but I would say that's pretty close to being the quickest we made it through that brick. That was pretty impressive. Now, we have scarred it up, obviously beating it through a brick and cable, but that's really not bad considering. So, pretty impressive from that Toor Field 2.0. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this thing. So next, at some point, we're going to show a different method maybe of sharpening this thing up. Maybe not with a travel sharpener, maybe with like a more permanent like home setup sharpener that I've got at home. We'll show you how to sharpen that up with a regular stone setup with honing oil and that kind of thing. And then get it stropped up nice and razor sharp again. So folks, let us know down in the comments what you think of this thing and how it performed. We're really impressed with it. So let us know what you think of it down in the comments below. And remember, if it cuts like a Toor, then we carry it. Not an order and grinder monkey. You can't just put a quarter in me and I'll dance a little jig for you. You gonna keep? Come on, Cletus. Come on.